We're very lucky again to have the company Orta join us for Kingpins 24. There are, as you all know, there are companies that lead and there are companies that follow and there are companies that don't do either. Orta is part of the very small group of companies in our denim industry that we could all be proud of for the efforts that they do to make things better and do things in a better way. So welcome. If you could introduce yourself and that would be great. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you very much for your kind words as always, Andrew. I'm Sedef from Orta. I'm managing the sales, marketing, sustainability, product development, and operations for 4 years right now. And Zenure.
Hi everyone, I'm Zenure. I am the marketing and washing manager at Orta, and I'm working for Orta for 9 years.
Thanks. So we're going to go through this really simply. You guys, I have 3 questions for you guys. I think it's going to lead us to the changes that are going on. So if you don't mind, we'll start. My first question is, can you explain the transparency and why transparency actually in denim has become so important?
Well, it is really important to talk about the real scope of transparency first. Transparency does not mean just to share a simple label on the garment saying that it is ethically made or sustainably sourced, or just showing one factory from the supply chain on the website. Nowadays, really, transparency of your sourcing, starting from the first level of your supply chain, your processes, and the people behind those processes is becoming a consumer mandate. More and more people are really raising concerns about who is making their clothes and how it is being made. So this is really important. And this also includes the denim industry in itself. It's becoming really challenged to be more open and accountable about what we are doing as a denim industry. It really is an awakening in the industry to put people and the planet before profit right now, and I'm really happy about that. Of course, this openness will not happen at once. When you look at the Fashion Revolution's Transparency Index 2020, you see that more people, like major brands, really share their policies around what they're going to do, but they're not that much open about how they're going to implement them. So there are really information, there is information dumping. It's an ongoing problem. And you see that the climate crisis really becoming more important among them. But then you realize that you don't really share that much. They don't really share that much how they're going to reduce their environmental impact, or like the things about social issues. 78% of the major brands, it's written in the report if you really read it, it's really a good report. I really like that. 78% shares the policies, the processes and the impact. Only 18% of them shared science-based results. So this is really striking to me. Transparency is a tool for transformation to us. You can start really a constructive conversation inside the factory or like your place, and also outside for the environment to lead to the desired change, because it's not just sharing, it's more than just sharing your best practices. It's about a new level of openness, communication and accountability across the whole denim supply chain, and with the person who is buying the clothes and who is going to wear that really pair of jeans that you're producing. And our industry really needs this new level of openness to us.
Well, I love what you say about science. The lack of science, people's claims is always kind of empty. So anyway, let's go to Orta specifically. How is transparency for Orta specifically?
We think of transparency as an ecosystem again. It's that includes 3 T's. The first one is, of course, transparency, both supply chain transparency and operational transparency. The second one is traceability. And the third one, we said touch, the human touch behind all the processes that we are really having. For years, Orta has welcomed customer visits on the site of our world-leading factory in Kayseri, which has a guest house on the premises, giving our clients 24/7 access to the factory and all details related to the production of their specific denim fabric. And also we've been always being committed to sharing knowledge, information, and resources, and have for years built an outstanding collaboration with the customers that have introduced breakthrough innovations. As a next step in transparency, Orta introduced, you know that very well, the life cycle assessment data related to the specific product that we're producing.
By the way,
And for more than 3 years right now.
By the way, I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think you're the only company that's ever done that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you were saying about science. It's really important to share the real data behind what's happening on each and every product, because that way you can really compare your sustainability performance and you can really set targets to where you are really want to head for the change, for the desired change. So it's really important. We believe this is the next level of transparency, actually. And as a recent update to that, we are now announcing to share our supplier map on our Orta Blue platform, and we said the new denim route is open. And besides that, we will be sharing the fiber origin in the QR codes that we were already using for our LCA data for each product. So you can scan the QR code, you can both access the fiber origin of that specific article and also the LCA data on the same page when you scan the QR codes. You can also reach it via Orta Blue application through the smartphone platforms. So the second T is traceability. For the new levels of traceability, and you are very aware of that we are now working with FiberTrace, which is a tracing system that uses nanoparticles embedded in the fibers that you can really trace it from the farm level throughout the whole product life cycle using blockchain technology. And we definitely believe that this is the next step also in terms of traceability for our supply chain. And as the third T, the touch, Orta is accountability also includes the human touch. We continue to engage every member of our family to Orta's sustainability journey, and we are really breathing in real-time transparency. So our team members from the Kayseri factory, our headquarters in Istanbul, and for those of them who are still at their homes working, will share their stories via simple recordings using their phones. And this will be on our Orta Blue platform as well. So our aim is really to give everyone the opportunity to share their voice and contribute to the transparency pledge that Orta is always open.
Not only that, you're setting a standard for the whole industry that if you don't do what Orta does, then what are you doing? So,
yeah.
also something which everybody out there must realize, that this is setting a standard of excellence and openness that is important for everyone to understand. Okay, so that's great. I understand all of that. I think everyone does. How is this all going to evolve in the future? So what's next? What's the evolution?
Yeah, let me answer that one. What
Please.
about our transparency evolution? As a continuum of our Here for Good vision, today we are saying that the new denim route is open. We are deeply rooted in innovative transparency in order to reduce the footprint impact of the industry, actually, and in order to contribute against the biodiversity loss, because we believe biodiversity is becoming the new measure for the sustainable sourcing. That's why, as Sadet already mentioned, we are using LCA data for a very long time in order to show the several impact categories related to biodiversity. As our industry is using heavily natural resources, starting from cotton, actually we are very rigorous about our material supply. That's why starting from today, we are saying that the new denim route is open. The new denim route is our supplier map, inspired from the Silk Road. So what about the Silk Road inspiration then? Our heart of manufacturing in the central Anatolia, the city Kayseri was one of the most important hubs for the Silk Road for a very long time. And the city was known for the city of traders with sharing cultural knowledge, cultural heritage, knowledge, ideas, and skill. It has a deep history also for being a vital meeting and resting point for traders, for travelers for a very long time. I mean, around 4,000 years. And for these 4,000 years, actually the city contributes the movement between the movement of the goods and the people between the East and the West. So throughout these 4,000 years, one thing remained constant actually, which is the flow of information, flow of goods, and flow of knowledge in and out of the city. So as dramatic as also the work becomes digitized as Orta, we want to continue to this thread of history, to history of Silk Road. That's why we called our supplier map as the Neve denim route. And then we want to continue to be the route for exchanging ideas, for innovation, for craftsmanship, for artisanal wisdom, and to be the hub for between design and production, between manufacturing and sustainable innovation. And actually celebrating more than a half century in denim manufacturing, we are proud to continue this heritage, this trade, the rich trade heritage. And that's why we are introducing the Neve Denim Road as our supplier map. And the Neve Denim Road is available on our ortablue.org on our sustainability platform. And you can check for more details, but with your permission, I actually want to just show the categories, what we have in that denim route.
Of course, we have your permission.
So I'm sharing just in a moment. Yes. Here we are seeing the map, the general map. And then what we have in here, we have 7 categories, starting from cotton and the dye stuff, other chemicals, natural fibers, recycled fibers, regenerated cellulosic fibers, and synthetic fibers. For all these categories, you will be seeing the origins and you will be seeing the information behind. But just for talking about the raw materials, we all know that unsustainable cotton farming leads to biodiversity loss, leads to habitat loss. That's why we are both sharing our virgin cotton origins together with our recycled cotton resources. And while talking about the other raw material, which is hemp, which is very important for the eco-modern generation actually, while we are creating our Gen H family with Econet positive hemp, we know that hemp helps to enrich the biodiversity, especially the agricultural biodiversity. And our supplier for pure hemp is from French, called La Chanvrière, which means also hemp in French. They are a part of Hemp Cooperation, and they are a member of European Cooperation of Confederation of Flax and Hemp. On the other hand, while we are talking about the chemicals and the other dye stuff, what we have done, we created our Hellas story inspired from the Red River, which is the longest river in Turkey near Cappadocia. And with its natural outcome, the clay material, we created our coating story. So in the map, you'll be seeing this kind of stories together with the origin of our raw materials. And it will continue to grow with our material work, and our best practices will be open in the map in these routes with their original stories. So please check ortablue.org. And while we are saying that Orta is open, while we are saying that we are deeply rooted in transparency, we are happy to share the Neve Denim route as our supplier material map. So please check ortablue.org. You'll be seeing more information with detailed stories behind, and please contact with us. So we are saying that we are happy to share the new Denim Road as our supplier map.
So that's available now online?
Yes,
It's live.
it's available
It is
now.
available.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
it is
available.
live now.
So this is pre-tape.
Uh,
I can stop my tape and go look it up who all your suppliers are.
Well, just the countries we have shared right now. There are always concerns about sharing all the suppliers when you think about competitiveness. So we will start with the countries right now, but we will also put like La Chambre, like the specific ones that are really doing well, like Lenzing. You all know when you see the country, you know that it is Lenzing, or like when you see it, it's the same. I mean, it's okay for more or less. I mean, if our customers asks like detailed information, we always share the information with them, so there is no doubt about it. But to give all the details on the website, maybe later. This is a start, and we definitely believe that this transparency leads to accountability, and then it leads to change, transformation. So this is a start. This is not the end goal, but just a start, and we are really believing that accountability leads to a handprinting contributing to a net positive future for the people and the planet. I mean, this is our transparency pledge, saying that Orta is always open. There will be more stories in the website and a material world also as a next step for the website. This is just the beginning, let me say it that way.
I love it. I love
the
it.
beginning of Orta's open.
I love it. And I think it's really exciting. And it's, of course, you know that I want this to happen for the industry. And thank you.
Yes.
Thank you both for your great
Thank you.
education and for inspiring us
Thank you.
and setting the standard for others. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.